All right, the woman we are seeing on the screen is from Ilorin, and she received something that people called Nigerian has happened to you. One thing you need to understand is that when people talk about this security in Nigeria, it's not actually made for one tribe or one race. And the agenda is for everybody. That is not happening to you today does not mean that it's not going to happen to you tomorrow. This woman in Ilorin, Kwara State, cried out that a group of Muslim people in a community burnt her house down. And what they told her after that is shocking. Today, you are living in a very quiet or a place that considered to be non-violence, that are not facing security challenges today. That does not mean that you will not face it tomorrow. This innocent woman here is a Yoruba woman. And what happened to her honestly broke my heart, because I know that maybe she don't have husband. Even if she has husband, to build a house this time in the Nigerian economy is not a joke. And they told her to leave, that she don't need to live alongside with them. Probably the woman is a Christian. Then you now see some supposed Christian leaders telling you that there's no Christian genocide. She's lucky somehow that she still have life to share her story. In some cases, they burn the house down and buy the person, everybody in the building. And the annoying part is that you don't know when next or who is next. The leaders are putting all their energy to cover up this kind of news, so that nobody's gonna complain or remind them that this is a Christian genocide. This is an attack on religion that is different from theirs. So please make sure you like the video and welcome back to my channel. Please subscribe if you are new, and put your comment there so that we may know your own take, what you think and what you feel about what you're about to discuss. Remember, we are not here to tag anybody, to insult anybody, but to bring to you the way it is, what is going on, and what you should expect. So that by the time you want to make your decision, you will choose wisely. This woman is lamenting, and her lament can only end in her own circle. State government are not going to do anything, not even House of Reps, not even President, not at all. It's not as if they're not aware that people are crying out like this. Every corner of Nigeria is burning down by one particular group, which everybody know, and they will turn around to invest their energy in protecting that kind of people, because one of the tribal man is part of the government. Anyway, with that being said, let me just without wasting much of your time, let me just show you what the video is all about. Now hear this. I'm gonna take it back, all right, so that you can start from the beginning. I don't want you to miss anything from it. So just like I said, I would like you to listen to the video from the beginning to the end. I wouldn't want to skip anything so that you cannot miss anything from there. And I'm gonna start from here. Let me just hide the volume. All right, so let's go up and read what she said because I don't understand Yoruba language at all. He said, the Muslims in my community in Ilorin burnt my house. They said I shouldn't be living among them, and that my stay is a threat to my life. That my stay is a threat to my life. Eya this year, a traditional worshipper. Duma is a traditional worshipper, so not a Christian. So it doesn't matter as long as you are not a Muslim, you will face this kind of threat. And this is not the only time they are showcasing this kind of idea. There's a video I'm going to share with you because everything centers in this issue of Sharia. When you hear Sharia law, Sharia this, just watch this conversation here, and that may help you to understand what it means. Listen.
I asked you to believe I should be killed, and I answered you, sir. Yes or no? I answered you. Yes or no? I answered you. Should I answer you? I mean, yeah, you answered. In a proper Islamic jurisdiction, an Islamic nation, all of the laws of Islam and the Sharia, as revealed by God, should be applied. So if we were in that kind of state, would you do it? Including with proper due process, with a proper court hearing, just like any nation of laws, the laws of the Sharia should be applied, including the death penalty for not only apostates, but also blasphemers. You didn't answer me, yes or no? We did. Yes, we did answer. Yeah, so I should be killed. We did answer. I deserve to be killed because I left Islam and became a Christian. According to Islamic law, an apostate like you would be killed. Yes. Okay, thank you. And according ask you.
Did you understand that?
I should be killed.
In case if you don't understand, the debate is that this man here happened to be, I don't know if he's a Muslim, he just asked them if as a Christian, as a Muslim, I left Islam to become a Christian. According to Islamic law, what is my faith? Should I be because of that? Should you just buy me because of that? They started running around. He said, just answer me. Should I be by because of that? At the end of the day, the man said, according to Islamic law, yes, you should. Hear it again with keen interest. Understand it. Sharia law. Listen.
I asked you to believe I should be killed, and I answered you, sir. Yes or no? I answered you. Yes or no? I answered you. Should I answer you? I mean, you answered. In a proper Islamic jurisdiction, an Islamic nation, all of the laws of Islam and the Sharia, as revealed by God, should be applied. So if we were in that kind of state, would you do it? Including with proper due process, with a proper court hearing, just like any nation of laws, the laws of the Sharia should be applied, including the death penalty for not only apostates, but also blasphemers. You didn't answer me, yes or no? We did. Yes, we did answer. Yeah, so I should be killed. We did answer. I deserve to be killed because I left Islam and became a Christian. According to Islamic law, an apostate like you would be killed. Okay, thank you. And according
you get the point. That is what it's all about. And some people are making it look like you don't say that you are just a Christian problem and what have you and all that nonsense. There's something I want to share with you here. This is current Vice President of Nigeria. His message, 18 hours ago, he realized that he's supposed to put a New Year message. I don't. Let's go through it. He said, I love this quote by Chinua Achebe. I love this quote by Chinua Achebe. A man who calls his kinsmen to a feast does not do so to redeem them from starving. They all have food in their own houses. When we gather in the moonlight at the village ground, it is not because of the moon. Every man can see it in his own compound. We come together because it is good for kinsmen to do so. Therefore, let us continue with the team spirit and enjoy the power of togetherness. Listen, let's smile not because we don't have problem, but because we are stronger than the problems. Alone, I can smile, but together we can laugh. Alone, I can enjoy, but together we can celebrate. Alone, I can talk, but together we can speak. Alone is a voice, while together is a force. Let's promote things that unite us rather than things that cause disunity. Let's build ourselves as friends and brothers, because a tree cannot make a forest. God bless you as you help a friend at the point of need. Unity is great strength. Everyone is important according to their own unique purpose. Never look down on anybody unless you admire their shoes. Compliment of the season. Happy New Year, he said, His Excellency Kashima Shettima. You get the point? Now, when I saw this, first thing that comes to my mind, okay, even though he attached Christmas tree here, remember he made this post 18 hours ago, and today's date is 4th. Today's date is 4th January 2026. I said, okay, maybe he had message, maybe he had some messages or some Christmas wishes before now, and somebody who want to, as a unifier that he preaching unity to come together. That's one powerful strength in unity. Okay, and we should not talk about what will disunite us. Focus on what will unite us. And in his own terms, people like him is to focus. Don't talk about terrorism, about genocide. Just focus on how to pretend that nothing is going on, even though there's a problem. Let's manage it. Let's just understand. We should understand this terror and learn how to live with it. It's now part and parcel of us in the world of Shegumi. So I quickly click on him and say, okay, let me scan through his profile and see what he said, probably maybe on Christmas Day. Then this is the one that I just read for you now. 18 hours ago, he made the tweet. You can see it here, 18 hours ago from my own zone. Then here is another message. You see, Vice President Kashima has assured residents of Borno State. This is no Christmas message. Here he made a post on, this post supposed to be on 25th of December. Instead of him to make his own post, he retweet what Tinubu said, because probably maybe it's haram for him to type. On this holy day, I wish all Christians in Nigeria and around the world a Merry Christmas. I thank God for the opportunity to serve as the leader of our great country, and I pray for peace in our land, especially between individuals of different individuals of different religions and religious belief. I stand committed to do everything within my power to enshrine religious freedom in Nigeria and to protect Christians, Muslims, and all Nigerians from violence. Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Okay, so this is his message. Okay, and Shetima actually retweeted as a vice president, right? Now, when you come down here, this is 21st. I'm still searching his post on that Christmas day. There's no post. Remember, it's not the more that he tweets or great I say Christmas wishes, but for him to say we should understand, you should unite and talk about what unite us and not talk about what divide us is the reason why I'm going through it. So this is December 20th. So meaning that on 25th, it happened to be only one tweet. Let's continue. Maybe miraculously, maybe he has the post that he made that particular day, 16th, and this one 15th, and this one it was done on 14th. And when you come down here, you can see there's nothing. Okay, this 14th again, 14 and 12. Once I see the one of 10, I will stop. Oh, here is 10. Okay, 10th of December. So there's nothing like that. But he wants you to understand, how to live and pretend that all is well and all that garbage. This is what you have to face. Yes. This is one of the things you must face if truly you want to be in a country with them. This is what they expect you to do. Just do it. You see, this guy here is a Yoruba guy who always lambasts Igbo people, talk about Igbo people, and what they do, they ignore the problem in their own land. I don't know why, I don't know how they do it, but what happened in Benin Republic pushed him to now talk against a man that he had been defending. Hear what he said here.
Thing that we can say also President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. It's so unfortunate that you don't give us, we the Yoruba people. There is no space.
I thought this guy is a Benin guy, the way he normally talk. He always on Igbo people that Igbos are not in it. I have said that he's going to continue this way. That when I watched it, I laughed. But the truth, maybe reality is not hitting him somehow. That's why he's saying what he's saying.
For us to defend you, there's no space for us. You don't give us space to defend, to support you in anything. You keep doing the wrong things every time.
Talking to Tinubu.
You keep doing the wrong things every time. We cannot even point out a particular thing that we can say about you, Tinubu. You keep doing the wrong things. Yoruba are not known to have the kind of lifestyle like this, lifestyle of oppression, lifestyle of stealing. We are not known to be like that. These days when we want to argue, when we want to drive in a point, we can't even say anything that you have done. We always refer to what the legacies of the likes of Obafemi Awolowo. We refer to the legacies of Yakonde, Baba Jashi, Bola Ige and Co. We can't even, it's very difficult to defend you. You don't behave like every other person. No, we know you tried recently. You were trying to make some moves and they came after you. But at the same time, you should be a man that you were. And look at the way you acted so shameless. Shami, you acted very stupid. Look at the way they pushed you. They set trap for you. The Western was set trap for you, and you fell very cheap. Very, very cheap. Very cheap. You acted so cheap. Very sweet. As if your life depends on it. You invaded a sovereign nation without consultation, without approval from any quarter. They just sent you a message. Came and you started acting. And you couldn't even think. You can't even sit down and think. A whole president. When somebody as old as you, I believe you have more wisdom to attend to situations like this than what you have done. Mr. President, let's assume I was the president of Nigeria. Do you understand? I wouldn't have done what you did. I would have immediately received a message that you do this, I know they are your masters. We all know. Immediately I received that message, I will call the military that took over from that place because those military took over their country because they want to they want to have freedom from the French. That's why they did what they did. If I was you, I would call them and tell them go and leave little children on the street, bring civilians on the street, let them be on the street. So even if they ask me to use my fighter jet to go and bomb the republic, can always have the skills to tell them, but wherever the discussion came from, that I cannot bomb civilians. Civilians are on the streets. No excuse for you, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, not to have done that. You can only tell them to arrange civilians on the street. So you don't do it. Or you think that you just want to satisfy your master because you are ordinary houseboy, ordinary caretaker in Nigeria. We call you president, but you are just ordinary caretaker. The only thing you can do is to oppress people, to steal money, to steal and oppress. That is the only thing you can do. You will steal money, all your lieutenants will steal money, you will oppress people, all your lieutenants will oppress people, they throw people inside jail, both religion leaders and political leaders, any little thing, they throw people inside jail. That is the only legacy that you can leave behind when you leave the government. You pervert the cause of justice, steal money, the rich are getting richer, poor are getting more frustrated every day, insecure. You can quickly act within split second to go and invade the sovereign nation. And people are making noise. People like me, we feel it's very, very wrong for America to invade Nigeria because they are a bigger country. But you did not even think twice. We said Bush is a useless man. Bush consulted his female, consulted everybody before making an arrangement of coming to Nigeria. You did not even consult anybody. That's the kind of arbitrary rule, the kind of useless decision that you just take because you can oppress. Just take decision within yourself without consultation, no ECOWAS, no nothing. Just invaded a sovereign nation, a tiny nation that are trying to remove themselves from the shackles of the West, to return them back to be a slave, to return them back to the slavery. And you roll it down, you are rolling the artillery to go and start fighting the soldiers. Tinubu is a very big shame. Very big shame. I'm so disappointed in you. It is, in fact, up till now, I couldn't even get myself. I'm just thinking about it that you are an old man, can't you think? Can't you consult? Can't you think? Why would you have to do that? Some Americans are saying now, since we invaded the sovereign nation, they too have the right to invade Nigeria. They are superpower over Nigeria too. They can do it. Now, what will your excuse be if they said they are coming? What will you tell them now? They set you up and you fail to it so cheap. Also, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu.
Now, let me just come in here because he made this video before American, carry airstrike, in Sokoto, and like I told you, his previous video, I know this guy. He always lambast, talk about Igbo this, Igbo that. They hardly talk about the problem, talk about Fulanis. Only Igbo people are facing it squarely with the Fulanis condemning what they're doing. Yorubas are just whispering about it. A lot is going on in their land. Not even mainstream media, even though they're in charge of media, they are actually scared of that. I don't know. I don't understand. Look at, if you any Yoruba person that criticizes American carrying out airstrike or coming to Nigeria, it simply means you don't understand the situation on that hand. You don't understand. Today, this Yoruba woman is facing challenges. Why? Because she's in Kwara State, a land that belongs to Yoruba people, and the Fulani Northerners have conquered that state. And she's a Yoruba person. Nobody's talking about it. You hardly see anybody reacting on it officially. Not even the Ruben Abati of this world that always, not where's Jide? We don't see them. But let it happen in Igbo land. They will be the one to amplify it. Why? Promoting the crime committers. and labeling it on you, your IPOB. You understand? Even if like they born this one, born if they show you anyhow that the same thing happened in the East, they will use their platform to tell you, no, it's IPOB people, buying Igbo people, burning Igbo people property. Is it the IPOB that is now in Kwara State, in Ilorin? Is IPOB burning? Are they the one that burned this woman's house? Are they the one that burned it down? Anyway, please let me know what you think about it. I just want to share it with us because it's always good for us to, think like this, to understand what is going on and see how we can provide solution to that. Make sure you like the video and please subscribe to the channel in case if you are new. And your comment is always important to us. Please put your comment so that we can know what to think about. God bless you. Take care of yourself. Bye bye for now.